What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Heisenberg, entitled The Empire Business. This is released on Amputated Vein Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Long Island, New York, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very satirical, breakdown-heavy, humorous style of brutal death metal. Yeah. By the way, new backdrop. New flag from the Patchmaster from Hell, Thomas Mandelis of Strapato by Slaughter. Fucking love this album, and now it's hanging on my fucking wall. Oomph. But yeah, onward to the review. There was a band that existed before Heisenberg, way back in the early 2000s, called the Forrest Gump Mile High Marathon. That was a really silly band name. But beneath such a silly band name lied some seriously genuine, brutal death metal goodness. Great vocals, great music, the audio samples that led before songs, just that really garish sense of humor. That's what I really enjoyed about the Forrest Gump Mile High Marathon. But that band has since disbanded. And I want to say around 2011, some of the people behind that particular band that I just talked about went on to form Heisenberg. And of course, I'm pretty sure most of you would already know, Heisenberg is the character portrayed by Bryan Cranston from a very popular AMC television series entitled Breaking Bad. Very universally praised and recognized television series, of course about a gentleman having to deal with meth. That's basically what the concept and theme of a band like Heisenberg is. Basically about meth and craziness. And they put on the first effort with a self-titled EP, which pretty much was a DIY sort of affair. And that was very impressive stuff. I mean, pretty much it continued on with what the Forrest Gump Mile High Marathon brought originally. The audio samples, and then the great music to back it up. These guys are very talented musicians, very much akin to the early days of New York death metal, a la Suffocation, Internal Bleeding, Pyrexia, all that kind of stuff. You could get those vibes and influences from a band like this, but you could also sense a little bit of a hardcore sort of leaning part too when it came to some of the vocal stylings and to even the breakdowns and slammy parts. Very impressive. Now here we are with this new album entitled The Empire Business. It's 7 tracks, and it clocks in at around 20 minutes in length, and pretty much as per the course for these kinds of brutal death metal records, this is a very short album. It's pretty much going to be a blink and you'll miss it sort of affair, but stick around with this album for as long as you're able to, because you're going to get something that's even better and greater than the first Heisenberg release, and these guys really step it up big time. I mean, musically, this is a very fantastic sounding record. I mean, I want to credit this to the fact that this has a very solid production job going for it. I think this album's production really brings out the best in this band's musicianship and efforts. And as far as the music is concerned, I think the music really does speak for itself. I really think it is fantastic. These guitar riffs and bass tones really bring out the best of a project like this. I mean, you listen to tracks like Bitch Stench and Crucified, and then later tracks like No Lives Matter and Twat Hammer. I mean, just some really disgusting guitar playing going on here. Especially, once again, going to the more slower, chunkier, slammier, riffy sort of parts towards the second half of songs where things get slower. It's incredible, and it really dives in that full force feeling you get when you listen to the guitar riffs of this record. It's really fantastic. The bass work is very good too. Very clear in this album's mix. Very well mastered and very well played. Definitely suitable for the type of brutal death metal sound this band is going for. And I really think this is an awesome bass guitar performance going on here. When it comes to the drums, they brought in Kevin Talley to do the drum work on here. He's a very, very well-known and well-regarded drummer within death metal, and for his performance on the Empire Business, I really think he does tremendous justice to the musical compositions that Heisenberg brings here for the Empire Business, and it's very, very catchy and very, very strong-willed. A lot of great blast beats, a lot of great patterns. Once again, going to the more slow, slam-ridden breakdown parts, I really think he does a tremendous job with those parts, and really these are the kind of breakdowns that just make you want to go in the pit and go crazy. I mean, this would be suitable for anybody who's into brutal death metal or hardcore or a little bit of the both. And I think his drum performance really sounds awesome. And when it comes to the vocals are very awesome too. Very, very well worded, very well articulated, guttural, but not too guttural to the point where you can't understand it. I think this guy really has a great vocal performance and delivery, especially for the more in-depth sort of lyrical content. Of course, continuing on with the themes and concepts of what Heisenberg is about, it's pretty much ruthless, unapologetic, pissed off, angry. You get all of that here with this vocal performance. So overall, definitely leaps and bounds better than the first Heisenberg release. I really do see great things to continue for a project like this. And if you're into New York death metal, if you're into brutal death metal or hardcore, you'll find something to enjoy with Heisenberg. If you like something like Internal Bleeding or Skinless or Suffocation, Pyrexia or something like that, this is the band for you to be supporting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link in the description box to the Heisenberg Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available as a physical CD. Of course, Amputated Vein put it out. Pro CD, I believe Mike Majewski did the artwork. Very professional, great quality. Band photo, Pro CD, and everything. You get this nifty little OBI strip. Very, very cool. And definitely support the band. If you happen to live in Europe, go get it through Amputated Vein. If you live in the States, get it through the band or through any brutal death metal distro. So, again, the album is The Empire Business by Heisenberg. This is released on Amputated Vein Records. Go support this. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Very, very fun album to listen to. Very much worthy of getting something broken in the pit, too. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. Or any of you guys into Heisenberg, or any of you guys familiar with the Forrest Gump Mile High Marathon, let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Armio out.